Hello. What's this? It looks like it's a Hard Day's Night. Now this is the 2012 vinyl remaster based on the 2009 remasters. And this is pretty much an exact replica of the original 1964 release in England. Now what this has here is 7 songs from the Hard Day's Night movie and an additional 6 songs that were not in the movie. And it also has this this essay here, you know, about the Beatles, about the making of the movie, and about the songs. And here is some of these were included on older records, which is pretty cool. We got a picture of the lads here, and also it has a thing here saying that pretty much that, what does it say actually? Okay, it's pretty much saying that you should have a stereo record player to play this, because this is a stereo release. I'll make a point right here. There it is, stereo. Anyway, let's look at the vinyl here. There's the label. There's that. This is a really cool album, actually. This is actually the first Beatles album where all the songs were written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. And interesting fact is that this is the only Beatles album that has songs that were all written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. So it's unique in that sense. So yeah, I mean, there isn't too much to say about this record, honestly, except that it's pretty amazing, and it's actually a good starting point for anyone who's interested in getting into the Beatles. So yeah, there that is. Very cool album art that's been copied by many artists, actually. So yeah, Parlophone, right there in the corner. Right there in the corner. And yeah, really cool. Alright, let me show you a couple other versions of this album I have, as per usual with these videos. Next up is the 1987 CD release. And for some reason, the first 4 Beatle albums in 1987 were released in mono. Now, I can understand why they were released the first 2 in mono. They were kind of not meant to be in stereo, even though they were mixed in stereo, which is why, I mean, they were only 2-track recordings. So when they had to make them in stereo, what they did is they just put all the instruments on one side and all the vocals on another. So if you're listening to it on headphones, it sounds very strange. But in 1964, or is it actually, it might have been 63, Abbey Road Studios finally got a 4-track recorder. So I think the first stereo, like real stereo releases that the Beatles put out was I Wanna Hold Your Hand. And everything after that, there were actual stereo releases of the albums and singles and all that stuff. So I found it kind of strange that A Hard Day's Night and Beatles for Sale, which I'll talk about when I get that record, they were released in mono when the CDs were released in 1987. So, yep, this one's in mono. Here are the track listings on the back. Shit. Hold on, let me grab that so I can show you the CD. Just flew out of there, didn't it? Okay. Here's the CD. I mean, was it really worth getting up off the... picking it up? Okay. I will hold it in my hand. Here's the CD. Nothing too special. It's just the names and the songs and all that junk. Let me put that back there. The book, if you can even really call it a book, is you got this here, the track listing, and then kind of like that essay that's on the back of the record, and that's pretty much it. And then the picture that's on the back of the record. So, not too much to say about this. So not only is this this version in mono, it also doesn't sound very, very fantastic, to say the least. But it was good for about 20 years. I don't know. What was it? 1980s? 22 years people had to deal with this kind of, to deal with these Beatles releases here. So, yeah, what are you going to do? So, yeah, another look. Okay, put that right here. Next up, I'm going to show off the 2009 Stereo Remaster. Now this sounds amazing, and the packaging is pretty amazing too. Actually, you get almost a. Actually, it's not even that close, but it looks a lot more faithful to the record release on the back here. It even goes as far as having the 33.5 RPMs, which, I mean, it's a CD. And of course it opens twice. You get a cool picture of the Beatles here. And there's that. Like, I really like this picture actually. And the disc itself is a replica of the label that was on the vinyl. Put that back. And here is the book. Some cool unreleased photos here. John with his Buddy Holly glasses there. And this is the essay that was on the back of the vinyl here. Some cool pictures. This is from the movie. Them recording the album here. You get Paul. Very cool. There's Ringo using the bongos. Cool overhead shot of the boys recording. John Lennon. There's George with his famous 12-string Rickenbacker, which he used throughout the album. These iconic photos of the Beatles. And of course it has liner notes and recording notes and all that stuff. And here's a cool alternate photo. And here's the back. This is a pretty famous photo too. So, yeah, this is really neat. And like I said, if you're going to get just one copy, well, one version of this album, I would go with this because, you know, it has a documentary, it sounds fantastic, and has cool liner notes. So yeah, there's the CD. Now, I'm going to show off the Hard Day's Night movie that I have on DVD here. Now, this movie is, there's really no plot behind it. It's just kind of like one day in the life of the Beatles. No pun intended. And it's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's actually really hilarious. And it has 7 songs from the album. All the songs that are on the first side of the vinyl record are on the are in the movie and performed by the Beatles. So it has this slipcase with these holes here. Here's a picture of the Beatles. I really like this photo. And here is, this is when they perform She Loves You, and grandfather comes out from the floor. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is probably from during the production of the movie, because you never see John on the ladder here. And here is this is the bonus disc. There's Ringo with Paul's grandfather. Here is the movie. Picture of George. This was used for the. See how he's sitting here? All 4 Beatles were like on this bench thingy here, and they were this bench on wheels, and it was part of a commercial for the movie back in the day. So yeah, this movie is one of my all-time favorite movies actually, and if you haven't seen it, even if you're not a Beatles fan, I would suggest watching it because it's really, really funny. So yeah, that's all I have for Hard Day's Night. And I hope you enjoy this, and thank you for watching.